Hello, hello, hello. Is anybody out there? I am certainly here, as always, in the hopes that maybe someone out there might actually see this. Yeah, spoopy season is over, guys. Sadly, I wish it could last all year. Because a low-budget goth like me would love to have Halloween decorations all year round and not just somewhere between September and October. It kinda sucks. But well, I guess the limited time makes hunting a much more fun. Well, since we're not done with the game, I should probably keep working on it on stream until actually we have done everything that needs to be done. When it comes to graphics, I'm absolutely dreadful at coding / absolutely non-existent skills. So I hope that the guy that's doing the coding has a bit more time in the future to actually do the thing. Would be kind of nice to have something finished at least, since we didn't manage to meet the deadline of the game jam, sadly. But I still want it finished, so I'm a little bit stubborn like that. So today, what is planned is doing a little bit of commission work. I got a emote commission, so that's one thing to get done. One of the emotes being actually animated. I have yet to actually figure out how I want that to go over, or how I want to do it in the first place, but well, animation is it's simple enough for me to work with. A few static emotes, I'll probably gonna make those first since they are the quickest to do. And I have to actually check the list what I need to do here. Okay. So we have some nice emote commissions here by Crosaurus. The dude with the dinosaur emotes. Kinda happy to do that again. But it's not just gonna be dinosaurs, because we let's just say the list is a bit different. So to start off, I'll make a little list on the first layer. So what do we need for the Prosaurus? Yes, I'm even going to spell him that way, even though his name is Crosarius, but Crosaurus just goes better off the tongue. So the first one is a duck. Already got an idea how to pull that off. Then the next one is going to be Dino with D20. Now that one's gonna be a bit difficult, especially at that size, but I hope I can pull it off. What else do we have? The dino with Pirate Head. And the fourth static one is Surprise Dino. Surprised Dino. So that's the static ones. And then the animated one is going to be animated happy clappy dino. Should be easy enough. What do you think? I think that should be easy enough to get around. Okay, but thank you for hopping by, Monkey Skull. I'm happy to just see that you hopped by in the first place. I guess good luck with the outside working thing, I guess. Kinda hard to know what to say about that, so can't really wish you luck or fun. I mean, maybe I could just say have fun with the outside working thing, even if it's work. So what I need right now is references, because Omi has almost forgotten what that dinosaur is looking like. So might as well. Oh, where is it? There. 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 Okay, that's weird. Can I just... Oh, I technically can, even though it's just overlapping everything onto each other. Oh, well. I guess it's just what I gotta, well, deal with right there. So, for starters, we're going for the duck. I already got an idea when it comes to the duck, because I'm just gonna turn our dinosaur friend into the duck. I mean, why the hell shouldn't I? So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna sketch out a basic duck. I'm gonna try to get close to what would look like a bit of a Disney duck face, because that's kind of easy to replicate for me. Because you've seen it 1,000 times. Duck nostrils usually are somewhere up here, so I'm gonna just add one there. And then we have the side swoop, the green one. So the duck is going to be blue. And then we have the green hair right here. Now the question is, do I want to go full-blown Disney duck, or do I want to change it up a little bit? Just so I'm not gonna get pawned by Disney. Because I'm not feeling like getting sued by Disney just for shits and giggles. No one said how the duck's supposed to look. So maybe the Crosaurus duck is just going like, why am I a duck now? The thing is, probably have to see if I can actually catch the guy, so I can have the sketches approved. That shouldn't be too hard, I think. Should be easy enough. I think that should be easy enough. And I really don't want to have him look like a goose, because it's supposed to be specifically a duck that we have to draw. So I'm gonna try to get as duck as possible. Since we're already going for a male duck, I might as well look for suitable reference material. Duck male. Kind of want to go for a there. So a male duck or the mallard in the European mallard usually has this. Let me show you. Has this stripe and a little bit of a colored head, so maybe we want to do the head in blue with green hair on top, and then the rest is going to be somewhat bland, just to fit the whole thing. Like, I'm gonna use the belly beige for the rest of the body, and the head's gonna be blue, so the hair I can do in green. I hope he's gonna like it, but we'll see as soon as he'll get the sketches, unless I can actually get him into the chat. But yeah, I think this looks duck enough. I think I'm just gonna shoot him a message and see if I'm getting a reaction. So let's see. Just let's see if he finds his way here or not. I just hope he does, so I don't have to mail the stuff around too much. It's a little bit of a pain in the butt having to wait for a reply after getting out the sketches. Ah, there you are. Hi, Crosaurus. Word question. Thank you very much for the
army. Of course, winking face.
Thank you very much for the resub. Question for your duck emote. Because I had an idea. Instead of having you with the duck, I turn you into the duck. So the plan is that I use the beige from the belly for the body, the blue from, well, the rest for the head, and then your green hair. Because I think that would actually fit the best. And it makes it easy to draw. And since I turned you into a duck, I thought I'd also make you kind of look like, why am I a duck now? Kind of like that. Because it just felt appropriate. It just felt appropriate to make you to make you look like, why? You know? Sounds really great. Good. That's what I want to read. That's perfect. So that's gonna be nice. Okay, let's put you into a designated folder so I can just start doing the thing. Make me feel ducky. You're gonna be so ducky that you wanna nibble on yourself. I mean, duck is delicious. Duck is absolutely delicious, especially if it's well cooked. Yeah. Okay, we wanna get out that nice and crisp line art brush. Already loved the sketch, but well, the line art is going to ruin it one way or another. Also, when it comes to the beak, I was just kind of referencing Disney ducks. I didn't want to go full on Disney and just decided on button eyes. Gotta have something that's a little bit different. And not a potential DMCA claim, you know? Understandable, Disney tend to somewhat harsh going into copyright. Oh god, yeah! Their copyright claims can be ridiculous. Absolutely ridiculous. So it's better to be safe than sorry. Oh my god. Oh, you had to go there, did you? You had to do this. 'Cause why the hell not? Okay, I need a bit of a stabilizer for the hair. Else I'm just going to make stroke after stroke. Such a sweet low-hanging fruit. Oh well. So I almost was kind of worried that I might not make it today. Because I was at a dentist and I thought I saw something on a tooth. So I was kind of worried, like, oh my god, what if he needs to actually do something and then I'll be an hour late because he probably won't manage to do all the stuff within an hour. But turned out, false alarm, everything's fine. To be fair, my teeth are a little bit trashed. And yes, it's all my fault. Of course it is. To be fair, I don't mind dentist appointments. They're a little bit annoying. But overall, I can live with it. It was more the time constraints that are a little bit of a meh for me. Because I really do want to stream more. And since I don't have the opportunity to do so on Thursday, because I'm going to support a friend of mine at a concert, a little bit of an open mic thing. I won't be streaming then. Because it's gonna start around 6 and I should probably be there around 5 already. Call yourself lucky. I had a somewhat phobia when it comes to dentists. Yeah, for me it wasn't a phobia. For me it was more like I was moving around a lot. So it didn't really feel sensible to stick to one dentist, so to speak. So I only was just getting my teeth done and when something was actually up back at that time. And I honestly have to say, even though I'm insured at this point, I definitely regret not taking as much care of myself as I do now. Definitely should have done a lot more. But well, when you're in that kind of headspace, it's kind of difficult to actually find the nerve to even take care of yourself, so to speak. Kind of happy that I'm not in that mindset anymore. Also, why the hell did I just put a big old tangent in there? Let's see if I can get a little bit. Yeah, that looks a little better. And then we're having a stripe across here. Gonna turn off that stabilizer to make it a little bit easier. That's the line art done. I think it's somewhat normal, I think. In the youth, there are way more important things like having fun and knowing everything better than the parents. Not for me. Not for me. I'll be honest. For me, it was not really the whole I know everything better than my parents. Still isn't. I mean, of course, we have different outlooks on our lives. My parents are a bit more conservative when it comes to work. I'm just trying to do whatever I can and what feels comfortable enough. Rosaurus, to be fair, it is kind of normal to be a rebel against your parents. It really is. I'm the outlier here, and that's absolutely fine. I wouldn't call myself very rebellious. I just, well, let's just say my parents were quite permissive. Not sure if that was a good thing or a bad thing, but it was a thing. But I also had my issues, of course. Like everyone had when they were in the middle of puberty. Ba 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 ba. Yeah, I wouldn't call myself a big rebel. At least it didn't feel like that. I did undo what I did undo, but it wasn't really a big screw you, parents. It was more like a okay, sure, still do my thing, or I completely forget what they said. Hi all! Yes, it is November 3rd. Spooktober is over, sadly. I'm gonna miss it for a whole year. No more spooky season. I has a Sag. Just 8 days till the start of the 5th. I am honestly not a carnival fan. For several reasons. First of all, everyone's drinking way too much. And for that we have the weekends already, so why do we need an extra season? Second of all, people are just fucking cringe when they are like that. December is coming. Yeah, in Germany we also have carnival season. And I'm absolutely not a fan of it. I don't know, maybe I'm just not a fan of all this whole happy-go-lucky stuff. I like everything kind of creepy and oh no, please don't remind me of Mariah Carey. We have to freeze her permanently, please. I don't want her back. Get the shotguns. Mariah Carey is defrosting, and she is defrosting quicker than we thought. Everyone save themselves. Yeah, that's definitely the issue, but yeah, I just like to be not alone cringing in the public. Yeah, it's kind of like why do people have to be this way? Somehow that looks more like a beige. Wait, does that not look like a beige? Oh well. Sometimes a little bit happy-go-lucky, no matter what the world looks like, can be somewhat refreshing. Yeah, but it feels so forced with those traditions. I don't like forced happiness. It has to be genuine. Else for me it's just cringe. Also might want to turn down the music a little bit more, so I can actually think. I'd rather be genuinely happy than just, oh yeah, it's that, okay. I do it on Halloween, but it's also because I like the spooky stuff, and the spooky stuff makes me happy. But it just feels forced with stuff like Carnival and the whole Oktoberfest thing, and I just can't get any joy out of that stuff. Ah, yeah, but at least Carnival can be dodged quite easily. Yep. Yeah, especially in my region, it's kind of easy. You just have to avoid the Swabian Alps. Or a few corners. As long as you stick to the big cities, you should be fine. You should be kind of dodging the whole Carnival stuff. And as long as you don't go to Cologne, you're absolutely safe. Because Cologne is just the cesspool of the whole Carnival thing. Okay, that one's too dark. Just trying to figure out what kind of color I used for the shading here. Because I want somewhat to be close. I'm stupid. I'm real stupid. Why don't I just open it? Go for normal and just do that. Yeah, in Hamburg too, but maybe I travel to my parents. They live near Westphalia. There's also my condolences. My condolences, man. Yeah, that looks ideal. So yeah, I don't really want to be reminded of the whole Carnival thing. I had my Carnival, and I didn't even have to dress up because I'm doing the goth thing for at least a year now. Maybe 2. How long have I been living here? Alrighty then, let's talk about some more Halloween. Oh! I remember Halloween. I am actually very tempted to just have some copyrighted music running, but YouTube might not like that. I don't feel my wisdom cavity anymore. Oh, you got your wisdom teeth out. Well, that's good. I mean, wait, wisdom cavity? Like, did you get them out, or do you actually have a cavity in your wisdom tooth? Now I has it confused. But yeah, getting your wisdom teeth out, depending on how deep it is embedded in your skull and how it's growing, it can be quite icky getting that out. But take care of yourself. Trust me, you don't wanna have to do the same as I do. Wait until 1 or 2 teeth actually break and then go to the dentist. It ain't a great feeling. Oh hey, look what we have here. Be gone, butts! You won't be missed. Not missed, just dissed. Or dismissed. Tss. As I said, be gone! But! Also, Princess Peach's theme kind of makes me want to play OG Paper Mario again. Would be a nice game to play on stream, actually. If Nintendo wasn't so litigious. Like OG Paper Mario on the N64. That was a really nice time having that around. I actually managed to play quite a few Paper Marios. Like the one for the GameCube I almost managed to play through. I guess I was pretty close to the ending, and then I just lost sight of it. I think I actually borrowed it from my sister when I played it. You were thinking about streaming some old PS2 titles. Oh yeah, GameCube actually has a pretty decent library. And had one of the first real online games with Phantasy Star Online. That was an impressive one. It was a real impressive one. I mean, who would have thought that the possibility of consoles going online actually managed to be a thing that early on? What I really want to figure out how to... I mean, I've been lamenting about it for ages at this point. I really want to manage to get to run Toho games on my Linux system. It's just so damn hard to actually figure out how to make things work. And I need someone who helps me just one afternoon or something to run the Toho games. Because it is a pain in the butt. It is just a pain in the butt to figure out how that works. Oh yeah, I've only seen the Dreamcast version of the game, but yeah, it was quite engaging. Phantasy Star Online, yes. Even thinking that later, after Phantasy Star Online, Square brought Final Fantasy XI to the PS2, and just thinking about that these days, the online feature was free to use. Yes. Yes. And then you're looking at Nintendo now, and they just demand a subscription fee from you to play online, while we PC players with our rigs can just go like, okay, I wanna play online. Click a button, it's for free. No extra fees, no subscriptions. Only a subscription depending on the game. But overall, it's just free. You already paid for your internet, so you don't have to pay for the subscription to play online in the first place. Yeah, all of them. Microsoft doomed us there with their subscription model. Yes! Microsoft! Yeah, Microsoft can actually suck my eggs. Microsoft can seriously just suck my eggs because I'm running Linux. And I'm so happy about it. I mean, it can be a little bit difficult to get stuff to run sometimes. But if you're new to it and stick to the big distros, like you're going for Ubuntu, Fedora, the big names, you'll be fine because there is plenty of information out there. Really don't have to worry about not getting the information you need to get stuff to run. I mean, yes, you have to do a little bit more digging, and you don't have a big company website that's going for support, but you have a huge community that can help you out. You just have to pick the right distro that actually has the community to do so, and that's why I say go for the big distros when you're new. Or for the very small community distros like I do with PKOS, because people are incredibly willing to help you out. If you have a distro that has a small Discord, you're just going into the help section and go like, hey guys, I'm new to this. Can you guys help me? They absolutely love to do that. Because the Linux community just wants more people to adopt. We really do, because that kind of market share is also helping us to have more software actually developed for Linux. That's all we want. More stuff compatible with our absolutely freaky Frankenstein OS. Yeah, and a small community also feels closer when you somewhat know after some time. Most of them using and developing it. Yes. The small communities really have the benefit that you can actually ask the developers themselves. That's the really nice benefit of going for a small distro. Yoshi's Island. Ba 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 ba. Okay, I really do like that. Might want to add a little bit of shiny. Let's have a look at very small. Yep, definitely readable. Very much readable. I like it. Duck is done. Next one. Next one is Dino with D20. That one might be a bit difficult because at a very small resolution, it might be a little bit hard to actually read the 20, but I'll see what I can do. Let's turn that back into multiply before I wanna just scratch my eyes out. So let's see. How can I do that? Maybe if I draw the D20 first. I think that should help. Might need a D20. Can I just insert as new layer? Do you want to do that for me? No? Maybe like that. Copy image. Yes. And then I'll just scale it down. As I said, it's gonna be a little bit difficult to actually make that D20 readable. However, we got ads. I'll figure that out after the ads. After ad break. And while I'm at it, I might as well just blob that out. Don't really need the outside stuff. I have faith, but when it doesn't work out, we'll find. Okay. Now I'll figure something out. I mean, oh, I forgot the break screen. There's videos about a 911 call back in 2021 where a guy was screaming, "That's not human!" after the large bang on his truck. I mean, it could just be any other animal. Just could have been an animal. I'm a bit too fond of Occam's razor when it comes to stuff like that. The most logical explanation is the most plausible one. And surprise, surprise, I actually have eaten before I got here. So, we're back from ad break. So yeah, I've actually eaten before I started stream. Because on my way back, I went to the grocery store and they had pretzels for just 19 cents. So why shouldn't I get myself 2 pretzels for 19 cents each? Why should I complain? I stuffed my belly with pretzels and soda. And I don't mean those tiny pretzels, I mean the big ones. So I got two nice pretzels and just had some soda with it on my way home. It worked out nicely. Okay, let's see if I can still get a little bit of... Oh! Oh, that's fine. Can just cut that out. Vup, vup, vup. There we go. Also got myself edible chestnuts, but I still have to roast them. And that's something that I'll probably have to find out. Also, my plan was after stream to bake myself some bread because I have some bake mix lying around. And I haven't baked my own bread in a while. Something I really like to do, just make my own stuff. If you haven't noticed yet. Where is the remote for my... Oh, Jesus. Can't find the remote for my lights right now. Should be somewhere around here. Ooh, chestnuts. Yes! Somewhat dry last time I ate them, but still like the flavor. I've actually just tried them once a few years ago on our... Or not quite our, because I'm not living directly in that city, but the city close by has a pretty big Christmas market. And I tried some chestnuts. I thought, oh my god, they are delicious. Now I kind of want to try to roast them myself. And if I could find that damn remote, then I wouldn't have to worry. Wait a second. Wait a minute. I'll be right back. Where's that damn remote? Where is my... I'm blind. I'm blind as hell. It was on my desk. But apparently I buried it under my meds. Feldy being derpy again, as always. So we have a D20 here. Now I just have to figure out how to get that big dinosaur head of yours on top of there. So let's see. Ba-da-ba-ba. Ooh, ooh, do, 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 do. Ba-da-ba. And I gave you just 4 fingers. Kinda have to keep it consistent, right? Then we kind of want to have a hand there. And I think... how do I do that with the... head? I think you can kind of see that I'm just thonking. Maybe I do want to have the dice just a little bit further down. And then let's put it on an extra layer just for shits and giggles, so that I can just hit delete if I don't like it. Let's see. So I kind of have to keep perspective, so the eye's looking like that. Then the other eye is coming around here. Like that. Then that's where the nose comes out. But yeah, I thought chestnuts for that little bit of money. Why the hell not? I mean, about 70-ish. Okay, it was exactly 69 cents per 100 grams. Nice. Lidl is being weird like that sometimes. They really like to meme with their prices. What the hell am I trying to do here? Yeah, I'm definitely doing it all wrong. Reasonable price. Thought they would be more expensive. I thought so too. So I just grabbed 2 hands full. Was about 150 grams ish. Was actually, I put it on the scale. It was 140 grams. Knowing myself that I'm going to use my calculator just to keep track of my expenses, I just put it on the scale and punched the numbers into my calculator. I mean, even if I would be as affluent as I need to be to make a living, I would probably still go grocery shopping with a calculator, because I just feel more in control, you know? It feels a lot more like I have control over my expenses if I pay in cash and use a calculator. I understand fully what you mean. Also, I really don't get the people that pay everything. And I mean everything. Even cent stuff. Like if you have just a few cents to actually pay. And people pay everything with their card. I just don't understand it. I don't get it. There used to be a minimum that you had to actually buy before you could use your card. Nowadays, 250? Yeah, sure, pay that with card. It used to be 10 euros before you actually are allowed to pay with card. Just feels wrong to pay tiny stuff like that with card. It just feels weird. But maybe I'm just too German for that. Maybe I'm just too German to keep or to stick to cash. It's convenient, but yeah, I try to not do it too much. Yeah, it's I really don't understand how people actually manage to keep. Maybe they can't. But for me, it's kind of like, how the hell do you keep track of your expenses properly and don't slip up when you use your card? Like at the end of the day, you just swipe your card, you don't really pay attention to how much money you are actually spending. And then all of a sudden you're broke because you didn't pay attention. And I'm sitting here like, well, I got my 100 euros in my wallet. I just picked them up from the bank. Now I'm on my way to the grocery store. I know exactly how much money I have. I know exactly how much money I want to spend. And it hurts a lot more when I actually have to give away that physical money. I tell you that. It hurts a lot more when you actually have to give out the physical money instead of just having to swipe your card. Because it feels too mundane for me. I mean, of course, there are some things that you just have to pay with the card. For example, when I buy stuff at the electronics store, of course I have to go for card there. Because I also kind of want to have the thing actually register on my bank statement for once, for taxes. Second, it's probably also a bit better to not have that much cash around too. Yeah. To be fair, I don't actually spend the whole 100 euros just for one grocery trip. I usually try to restrict myself to at max $60 a week. Sometimes it works out pretty well, and sometimes there are just some things on sale at Lidl or at Aldi's where I'm just going like, okay, let's go over for like $10 or more this week. And then there's the rare trip to the big city where I'm just going like, okay, I feel like splurging today, but that's usually when I already saved a shit ton of money already. But yeah, I'm extremely conscious when it comes to my spendings. because I know what it's like to have no money. I already have a quite restricted budget, and actually it works a lot better for me when I do it the way I do. Like when I spend and control my spendings the way I do. Because it feels, it is just more immediate. You see the money leave your body, your wallet. So why should I do it the way everyone else does if it's just not working for me? This is just not being weird for the sake of being weird. It's just being weird because it works better. I kind of like that. But I think I want to make it a little bigger. Also a good way, usually I tend to think in the store, if I really have to buy it just now or maybe some other stuff. So it just turned into some Scottish behavior, becomes there is actually a German saying. Funky one. Gonna go now before my... Before your what? Alright. Sleep well, Earl. Have a good night. Now, Krosaurus, there's this German saying, because the stereotype is that not just the Scots are stingy as hell, but the Swabians are also stingy as hell. And the saying goes kind of like, there has to be something between the Scots and the Swabians. And it's the Saxons. Now guess where I was born. I also still kind of have that mentality for some reason. Like I am still very much a Saxon. I'm gonna make an extra group for the sketch so I can collectively just turn down the opacity on this. So yeah, it's a bit of a funky saying, simply because, well, the Scots are apparently the most stingiest of folk. The Swabians are kind of like, okay, we're stingy, but we're not absolutely insane like the Scots. And then it's us Saxons, just somewhere in the middle, just somewhere there in the middle. And I absolutely love that because the shoe kind of fits. But we learn to be stingy out of necessity. Stingy and incredibly creative with our resources. Because we had to. I mean, that was GDR 101. We had to be creative. And I wasn't even from that time. But my parents kind of taught me like that. And I'm always thankful for my parents teaching me how to be a Saxon. Even though it's kind of weird when you grow up in a different part of the country. The culture is kind of different. Such is the language. And you're just like, I was born there. My parents are like this. Why should I be like everyone else here if that's not how it is at home? There I got lucky living in a dialect-free area. To be fair, I got pretty lucky learning English somewhat without a dialect. It could have been much worse. You know? Like I could just talk like this, and everyone's just gonna cringe so hard that they just leave the damn channel. Please don't. Please don't. To be fair, dialect and accents can be like nails to a chalkboard to me. I have a really and that might sound a little bit eh. I really don't like the heavy-ish German accent when it comes to English. But I have my English teacher back then to blame, because she was incredibly insistent that we learn how to pronounce the th. She was incredibly insistent, and I'm so thankful for her being like that. Because else I wouldn't be getting that many compliments just for my English. Oh god, no, I actually lost viewers to my awful German English. People just ran away, I'm so sorry. Ah. I just have my gripes with that because it just it feels wrong. But your typical German accent is quite noticeable. But yeah, I sometimes got quite a lot into typical pronunciation. Yeah. I mean, yeah, of course, I can't completely turn off the German accent. But it's not the cringe-inducing stuff. I'm gonna have to do a tangent here, or I'll add some lips, and then we have a chin here, and then everything still works. Yep. Still works. Everything's fine. No tangents here. To be fair, I always had a little bit of a problem with accents that are a bit too thick. That's more because of, well, listening comprehension. It's just kind of hard to actually understand what people are saying if the accent or the dialect is too heavy. Yeah, but at least it's quite easy to listen for other non-native. Yes. And well, German accent, it's just my head goes like, can you please just at least try? You don't have to pronounce the TH. There are workarounds there. Like if you're going for this, that, you can actually supplement the TH with a D. If you go for a word like fourth, you can just supplement the TH with a F, because that's the closest that you can go. You don't have to brute force the TH pronunciation if it just doesn't work for you. Just try to use the letter that is the closest to what you need. And then you're already on a great path. Brute forcing. Yes, a wonderful way to describe it. It is what it is. I know Germans really try to brute force the TH pronunciation because they actually want to figure out how to do it. But if you really have that much trouble, and especially if you have a speech impediment, try to use a letter that is closer to what you need than the actual TH. Especially if you have a hard time actually getting that sound, this whole having your tongue between the teeth. Then just try a letter that is close enough to what you need. It's really not that hard. Because it sounds a lot better if you're saying whiff instead of whiz. And it also sounds a lot better if you are going like that instead of set. That's exactly what kind of grinds my gears on the German accent. It's the brute forcing of the attempt of actually pronouncing the TH instead of just supplementing. It is the proverbial nails to my chalkboard. And I gotta admit, I may be a bit or maybe very nitpicky on that. But when it comes to sounds, I am a little bit of a... Wouldn't even say that I'm an audiophile because I don't even have expensive headphones. But when something sounds wrong, it just kind of crawls up my back. And not in a good way. Don't want to diss you guys. But if you're speaking like that, supplement. You don't have to do it perfectly, just good enough that it doesn't sound like crap. Oh my god, I probably pissed off a shit ton of Germans now.
Whiz the way around. The thallit's got somewhat like a snaky hiss.
Yes, exactly. Exactly. It's just... I should really stop ranting about... let's try that again. Especially during that rant, it's kind of ironic. I should really stop ranting about the pronunciation of some people. Considering that I hop between... I kind of have a mix of well, German, English-ish. Like a little bit of a German accent mixed with some British and some American vocabulary. Which seems to make it kind of hard to pinpoint my accent for some native speakers. Like I've heard a few times that I kind of sound like I'm from Scandinavia. I also had someone guesstimate that I'm Polish, which geographically not entirely wrong, but still not right. It is the right direction within the country, but it's still not right. There's also this really wild German quiz. Where you're getting pinpointed on where from Germany you are, depending on the words you use. Actually took that one because I was kind of curious where that test is going to put me when it comes to dialect and my German usage of words. And it actually put me into the Bundesland of my birth, which is kind of interesting. I guess my brain just refuses to not be a Saxon. It is what it is. Let's see. Is that 20 still legible? Oh, looks okay. Maybe I'll make it a bit bigger. Just to have it... But I'll actually do that on an extra layer. So that filling up that D20 is not going to be too annoying. Do I want to use the text tool for that. I'm tempted. I'll just do it. I'll go for the text tool. Probably going to be much better. Wait. So we're going for 20. We kind of want to have it on, let's say, font size 24? Might be a little bit too big. Let's go for an 18 and maybe also a bit of a thick font. Ooh. There we could actually maybe pull off a 22. Kind of like that font. It's a little playful. It's pretty well readable. No, not down here. Up there. There we go. Still have to decide on the colors for the D20 or the 20 itself. But that should be fine. As long as the 20 is already in the picture and legible, should be fine. All right. Boop. Flat. Oh, very important. I have to put the line layer onto a purple tag. Because without that, I won't be able to autofill like this. And I'll probably make that D20 red. Ideally the same red as the hypo fill. Let's fix a few corners. Here, here, and there. Then we'll go for the green. Boop, boop, boop. White is not too hard. And I'll go for a somewhat deepish blue for the eyes, so it's easier to shade. I mean, have you tried actually shading absolute black? Near impossible. You can't go darker than that. So might as well gonna go for a bit of an off black to have at least a little bit of wiggle room when it comes to shading. Multiply. That one's the shade color. I think I just wanna have that, have that, have that, and have that on a separate layer, just to have some kind of color swatch. It helps. It certainly helps. Probably should also use a different brush. I really love the pony of the front hair and these tiny teeth. Reminds me of some cute little cats. Yeah, I kind of like doing the more cutesy stuff, especially when it comes to mascots. I mean, that little this little dinosaur guy is kind of your mascot. So I still have to maybe do a little bit of studying when it comes to animal anatomy. I think I just should sit my ass down and study animal anatomy, especially canines and felines. Because for me, it's kind of hard to actually know how to separate the two. Something someone actually pointed out about my pyrori design, that the body looked a little bit more like a canine. And I have to admit, it's kind of hard to actually get a good lion anatomy down if you're just not used to it. Really should have used a reference. But I'm not one of those artists that goes on a tangent on how the other person is wrong just to defend their ego. I know that I'm not perfect. I know that I'm really bad at that stuff. Hello, Chris. Christian Chris. How are you doing? Welcome to the stream. So yeah, I'm kind of happy when someone actually manages to point out, hey, Baldi, kind of messed up there. Thank you very much, Chris. Oh, thank you for the sub over on the tubes. Happy to know that someone found me and said, okay, I'll leave a follow. Click. So yeah, when it comes to art, definitely have my deficits here and there. And I'm definitely not too I'm not shy to admit that I can still improve. I mean, yes, I also have to claim my skill level is somewhat high, somewhat up there, but it's still far from pro. Oh, thanks, Chris. Thank you for all the compliments. You make me blush, and I probably should actually, I should actually just have a kind of a blush toggle somewhere. You're autistic and have ADHD. I also am an ADHDer. What a coinky dink. When it comes to the autism, I'm not sure about it. I suspect it, but there is no... I have yet to actually get a diagnosis. Which is just way too much work when you're in your 30s. Gotta admit. It's a little bit hard. But hey, I'm happy that I at least got my ADHD diagnosis. Because the meds really helped. It made me feel at least a little bit more efficient, and actually I actually had some somewhat measurable benefits from it. But it does not work for everyone. So you have to figure out what works for you first. There's always a place for improvements, but just keep working in. No, really. Aww. Thank you, Krosaurus. Thank you. Means a lot to me. I know you for too long to not have it mean anything. Even though we kind of lost each other for 10, 15 years. Still means a lot to me. Alrighty. So, Chris, what are you into, if I may ask? I assume you're also a little bit of an artsy person, since somehow you got here, of all places. Ah, but in the end we found you. Yes. That's right. We found each other again after that many years. To be fair, it's not hard. I didn't change my name during that time. I'm still Feldy, and I've always been Feldy. I just changed the content that I'm making. And even that was kind of predictable, because back then I was already the person that already always did her art herself for every Let's Play she did. Because I already took a lot of pride in actually being able to do my own thumbnails. Back then, when you actually had to earn to do thumbnails and videos above 15 minutes. Oh my god. Oh my god, that's been a time. I feel old just thinking about it. Also, we'll have ads soon, so I'll be picking up a little bit of noms in the meantime. There. We got ads over on the Twitch side. I'll be quickly doing a little bit of stream pause so no one's going to miss anything. And I'll do the stretch, Krosaurus. Yes. Whoops. Stretch. Oh, whoa, whoa. My back. My neck. I can feel my neck. Ah. Ah. And of course, oh, my shoulders too. Good that you can't see that. Should probably also stand up for that stretch. Because I've been sitting for 2 hours, almost. All right, I have stretched. We have an ad break on Twitch, at least for the next minute. And Crosario's just redeemed the stretch. Which is really necessary. Been sitting around for 2 hours. So a stretch is necessary. Should probably actually look if I can also get that Stream Elements message over on the tubes. Because for some reason, Stream Elements really doesn't like to post stuff on the YouTube chat. Which is kind of weird. It should. Alright, we're back from the ads. And I do that ad break so no one's missing out. Kind of doing the whole... If not everyone can see everything. It's kind of stupid. I mean, why the hell should I gatekeep 3 minutes every hour? By tying that to subscriptions. When I'm not even monetized on YouTube, and even then I wouldn't want to do that. So I had to go into lurk. Okay. Good luck, Crosaurus. And have fun with the friend, the food, maybe both. I don't know. Maybe. Ba-da-da-ba. Ba-ba-da-da. Da-da-da-da. Ba-ba-da-da. Ba-ba-da-da-da. Think I need to actually add a little bit of a shiny in there. So I'll add a little dot here. Now it looks great. I love this. Kinda actually want to give that 20 an extra border. Maybe I'll just put that border inside. So let's go into layer style. Go into stroke. Put that stroke on the inside. Make it normal. And then let's go for a bright orange. That's a bit much. Maybe just a... Yeah. If I now zoom out, you can still read it really nicely. Like, you can still read the 20, which is exactly what we want for an emote. Because if you want one thing when it comes to emotes, you want it to be readable, even when it's just absolutely tiny. Because you can't see a lot in a chat. Alright, what else do we still have? So we have the duck. We have the duck. We have the D20. Next one is the pirate's head. For the pirate's head, I actually need a reference. I actually need a reference for everything. Spitz. Because references are king. If you don't use reference for your drawings, you're definitely doing something wrong. Because you need to know what you're actually using or what you're trying to draw. Very important. Let's see if I can find a good clear picture. Of a so-called Dreispitz. Let's see. I think this one should suffice. No. Copy image. Let's download that here. So we want one of these. And this is actually what we want for the next emote. That's gonna be a funky one. Because I actually have to probably draw that on an angle. It's probably going to be a bit more difficult. Okay, on which angle do I want to draw this? Also, these are the emotes I did before for Crosarius, also known as Crosaurus. There's also going to be an animated one. Yes, it's actually on purpose looking kind of like Agumon. Because I kind of like the features of an Agumon. They're kind of pretty nice. My hand's getting a little bit itchy because my smudge guard kind of tickling on my palm, but without the smudge guard it just feels wrong to draw on my screen tablet. It's a bit of a dilemma. It's a little bit of a dilemma. So let's see. Kind of wanna wait. I have an idea. So if I do the Dreispitz like that, then we have this kind of half ball shaped thing here. She said ball. We already have the base. Technically there should be kind of like a shape like this here. Let's pull the reference back up. A Dreispitz is a bit of a weird animal. Because technically it's just a round head. And 3 sides are just kind of pinned to the bowl of the hat. So you kind of have a shape like this. More. And actually, drawing that on an angle is just so weird. And I'm just gonna go like a little boat. Kind of make it look like a little boat, and it still looks somewhat right, I would say. It's just really hard to actually draw it well on an angle. Also, with that kind of shape, can play around, maybe add a feather. Which aristocrats back in the, don't let me lie, was it like 17 or 1800s? I think it was the 1700s, where aristocrats still were a thing. But don't pin me down on that. My history understanding is kind of scuffed. I was really bad at history lessons. So yeah, it was a pretty popular seafarer hat, and also very popular among aristocrats. So I kind of want to have my box for the head right there. Then we have the snout right here. And we have our eyes over there. That should technically already do the trick. Nice thing when it comes to drawing. As soon as you figure out that you just have to break down everything into absolutely simple shapes, 3-dimensional shapes especially. I think if you start with 3-dimensional shapes in the first place, you'll have a bit of an easier leg up when it comes to drawing. As soon as you realize that you just have to break down everything you draw into simple 3-dimensional shapes and work from there, drawing is incredibly easy. It's incredibly simple. Just have to know what to do and how to start, and then everything just falls into place. Kind of like building blocks. You build your base shape with building blocks, and then you carve out the shapes that you need. I'm kinda wanna tip the hat. And of course, we cannot forget the mohawk. Because this dinosaur doesn't have scales, he has hair. Also, once you realize that you can actually break everything down into simple three-dimensional shapes, and you also can kind of see where the shading is going. Because then you know where every side is, where it belongs, where the light is shining. So if your light is shining from there, then you probably have everything here in shadow. That's not what we're going to do. Gonna stick to simple shading. Let's go here with the hand. I'm not happy with that. I don't think that's right. Let's put that finger here. I think that works better. So that we have one finger here. Then the other two of that hand are holding and tipping that hat right there. Yeah, that works better. And then we have a hint of a thumb. Because there's so little space here, I just can't fit a thumb. Now what I'm wondering, since his arms are not that long, how the hell can you reach to that hat? Let's just suspend our disbelief and imagine that his arms are a little stretchy if they need to be. Because if I actually try to keep the arms at a somewhat accurate length, I'd probably go insane. I'd probably go completely mad. Just trying to figure out if that hand could technically reach that hat or not. I don't want to think about it. So don't think about it either. Because technically that arm should go right here. It's going to look incredibly awkward. But it is what it is. Am I right? I think I want to have that shoulder a little less stressed. So the armpit also is going to get a little more relaxed here. And what I wonder, because that's something we actually haven't talked about. Hello, Vlad. How are you doing? How was your day? What we actually haven't discussed with that character here. Does this dinosaur actually have a tail? I mean, he has a hat. He has several hats. He even has a D20, and he can turn into a duck apparently, because this is a thing. does he have a tail? I'm not sure. Maybe he's just really good at tucking that tail. Oh, no. Shouldn't have said that. I really shouldn't have said that. Mistakes were made. I am a rotten woman sometimes. Someone needs to bonk me hard. Signed the Yay! New job in December! Congratulations! Especially because of the better pay. Mostly happy for you because it makes you happier. Especially proud of you that you pushed till something actually went better for you. Cause I know you've been thinking about giving up a few times. But I'm proud of you. Very proud. All right. Let's put that into a group. Drei Spitz. I really like the feather up there. It kind of breaks up the whole thing. Lines. Question is, how am I going to color this? But that's going to be a not a future value problem. I'm probably still gonna color that in roughly. It'll be a problem for me in about half an hour, maybe? Don't think that my line work is going to take that long. Also, line work is a little thick. There we go. 4 pixels, 7 pixels. Oh, maybe I should go down to... Yeah, I think 6 should be fine. Too much. He a happy pirate, but he not that happy. And then over here. What was I thinking with that snout? Is that even right? It will be fine. It'll be fine. looking upwards, doesn't he? Let's see if I can maybe get a better... Now that looks a little bit empty. I guess that works? Not 100% sure, but I'll keep it that way for now. If my brain comes up with a better solution to that, it'll probably just ding somewhere in there. And then I'll fix it immediately. The arm still looks a little bit weird, but I think I know how to fix it because I just need to actually add a armpit slash shoulder right over there. Let's see. Yeah, technically I just need to go like this and then it's already fixed. One stroke can fix everything sometimes. Most of the time, actually. Now we have our hopefully relaxed enough shoulder right there. At least it doesn't feel like it's super tense anymore, because that shoulder, I was trying to put that shoulder up there and it just felt like was shrugging or being incredibly tense, and nah, that's not the mood that we are trying to give off here. Small navel. Wait a sec, does it even look good in them? Not 100% sure. Maybe I wanna make it a little bit bigger, stretch it out. And still finish the line art though. It should still be alright. I am actually tempted to give our little dinosaur, since he's sporting this kind of hat, to actually give him a little aristocrat's braids. Like the aristocrats back then had actually braided wigs. I'm kind of tempted to actually add that back here. I'll leave it. I leave it for now. And we go like this. And then here. That's where the thumb is, even though we can barely see it. And I want to use my stabilizer so I can actually go for a really nice straight line. Come on. There we go. There and there. Then we also need a line here, I think, because that's where that finger starts. And there's still that little bend here. Also want to go back to my stabilizer. That's too much. Nope. Maybe I'll try it the other way around. Maybe that works better. Nope. Nope. Line art. The thing where you press Control Z all the time. Okay, so I think I'll use a extra layer just for that feather. Because I want to make it look really fluffy. Probably won't show up on the emote. But I know it's there. That's what counts. I will know it's there. So, feather. And now I'll be doing something really weird. I'm gonna start out with a easy outline layer style. That's something I just prepared for myself to make work for me easier. I'll pick a white. Then I'll just that outline is a bit too much. I need a, well, let's say 3 pixel. Just look at that. You immediately have your outline. You don't have to draw it. You can just easily go ham with it. And just go in there and pop down your parts of the feather. And it'll look really nice once you're done with that. So all you do is first draw your spine and then just put your hairs. I don't know what it's called when it's a feather, to be fair. But all you have to do is just put in these little lines, so you have a really fluffy feather with an instant outline. It's super easy. You don't have to break your fingers. You don't have to draw any outlines. Just put in that layer style and start going ham with it. Of course, if you have to do multiple feathers, it's gonna be a lot of layers, I tell you that much. Especially if you have to put them on top of each other. Then it's going to be a lot of layers. But I think that's the easiest way to actually do that. I'm still not decided if I actually want to add some kind of aristocrat braid like that. Nah. It doesn't fit. It really doesn't fit. Maybe with a different character, but not with our little dinosaur guy. He needs wild hair because he's a wild animal. Also, we kind of want to erase a little bit so that it actually sticks inside the hat. Kind of. Then we'll color it in. It's that easy. So, since I flagged this one with my purple with my purple tag. And I have this tagged on my purple tag. I can just fill in the colors with my bucket tool on a different layer. I actually forgot to add the beige here. Quickly switch to that. Hello. Oh, probably should actually pick that color. All right, so we got that. Then I want our, wait a second. Maybe I should also do a swatch for this. There we go. We need the green for the hair. Boop, boop. I think I want to stick to the red for everything that is not our dinosaur. And then the off black for the eye. To do I'm an idiot. I'm a bloody idiot. I just noticed I colored in the It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Just Feldy, pick the right layer first before you start coloring in, else it just keeps happening. Now it's right. Yes, it's right. It's the right layer. I'm getting tired, am I? I think that must be it. But I at least wanna finish up this one emote before I call it a day. Minimum this one, the animated one I will maybe do off stream, because I don't know if I can actually have the nerve. And I definitely want to make this one bigger. There we go. So now you can really see the whole thing. Okay. Another layer. Multiply. Clip onto that, and that brush, because it's nice and smudgy. I like me smudgy brushes for doing shadows. Do, 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 do. Okay, that hurt even my ears. I'm sorry. Shouldn't have done that. Feldy has hurt herself in confusion. Alrighty. So. Let's see. Might need to trick around a little bit with the shadows here. Because I'm kind of struggling to see where I put the light here. Like in my mind. Because at this point I'm just going like, okay, brain, put the light somewhere, I'll do the rest. I mean, I also could have gone the other way around, just put a multiply layer with this color already filled in and then carve out the light, which I usually do, and I have no idea why I switched approaches there. I just did. Sometimes I kind of question my own methods. And then I wonder, what was I thinking? Was I even thinking? Do these brain cells of mine actually work? These and other questions I have daily in my mind. Sometimes I wonder if I'm only as intelligent as a cat. But then I have to remind myself, you have a vocabulary of 2 different languages in that noggin of yours. So I'll probably have a bit more in that head. Well, sometimes I wish I was a cat. Would be kind of nice. Especially if I was a house cat. I'd have my own servants. I'd be able to lie around and sleep all day because cats apparently sleep 20 hours in a day. I have no idea how they do that. I can barely manage 10. And only if I really force myself to. That's probably also the max when it comes to humans and sleep. I think you should never sleep. You should be concerned if you on a regular sleep more than 10 hours. At least I think you should seek a doctor if that's the case. Unless you know you're sick and you're just recovering. But then I managed to actually sleep for a whole day because of that. Just a little nudging around. Oh, I forgot the shading down here for the moobs, also known as man boobs. Because this dinosaur is a cozy one. And we'll also add a little bit of a spark up here, just to have a little bit of liveliness up there. Also wanna add a bit of shading up here on the feather because it still looks quite boring without it. Well, actually, hello? Oh, that's the wrong one. That's the one I wanted. Ah, ha! I know it. Something's wrong there. Something's wrong. And then I'll put the size up and then just very lightly. Erase that part. Very lightly add a bit more shading here and a bit more shading there. So you can kind of see the feather spine a little bit. Even though you can barely see it in the emote, but I really like adding details that you can barely see. Ah! I'm really tired already. And technically we have ads in a few seconds. But I don't know, man. I don't know if I can do any longer than that. Technically I still have one more static emote, but at least we didn't do the pirate dino. So should I just push through and do the surprise dino so I can do the animated one off stream just for shits and giggles? That's the big question. Because to be honest, I just want to do the rest of the emotes off stream. I don't feel like I'm... Ooh. Okay, I'm getting tired. There is no use in it. And we have ads as well. So, might as well call it a day now. Especially because I'm tired. So I hope you had fun. We're not going to raid someone today because it's not really worth it. 2 viewers. One probably being AFK. Usually I kind of like having at least 4 people to do a raid with. 2 is just... I don't know, man. So, I hope you liked what you saw. I'ma call it a day. If you want to support, leave a like and subscribe on the YouTubes. Leave a follow on Twitch. And I'll see you next time.
Ringdingdo is baking potatoes.
Thank you for the follow. Alright, see ya then. Bye bye.